kayimba esanyu lyefunanga ndi kukubo emotoka njirinda notankuba lufufu esanyu lyefunanga olino.
So the reason why we're here in Uganda is so that we can do charity work, promote culture, and then also talk about the beautiful tourism here in Uganda.
I'm very excited for the opportunity to give back, and I know that it's something that I needed to mentally prepare for because I'm going to experience a different culture that I'm so excited that I have the privilege and opportunity of experiencing, but I know that I'm also going to be meeting young girls who have been through things in their life, and as a clinical doctor student of psychology, I'm really excited to apply the things that I've learned in helping others.
What motivated me to get involved here in Uganda was I thought about mental health with our youth. I think it's very important that we talk to our children and make sure that we set them up with good coping skills so that they can be really successful adults. On our tour, we visited Remnant Generation. Remnant Generation is a place where they bring in young women who have either been sexually abused or have been victims of incest who have children. So what they do is they bring them in, they house the women, house the children, give the women ways to promote or give income to themselves, where they provide them with skills that can be sewing, baking, hairdressing, and they take these women from the community and make sure they give them skills to succeed in life. While there, I realized the privilege that I do have, and also recognize that we as a community need to make sure that we're more involved with these women and make sure that we're giving them the support. Both men and women need to make sure that we're there to help them and make them so that we can all be successful members of this society.
And this home is basically for those girls who have been sexually abused, have been raped, or have gotten pregnant out of incest, and they need a safe place to stay. So we have accommodation for them that is registered by Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, and they are basically protected, and as their cases are being pursued out there in court, they know that they have a safe place to call home until the whole case is resolved.
So what are some of the basic skills that you help provide the mothers with?
The different skills that we learn here, we have hairdressing, we have tailoring, we have computer skills training, and we also do liquid soap making, baking, events management. Such are the skills that we teach the girls because we realize that they are marketable and they're easy for girls of that age to do.
So how many babies do you guys house, and are there any support from the fathers of the children?
In the Golden Smile Center, we have 9 babies at the moment, and 2 are for the resident girls, and the 7 are for the girls from the community who come to learn a skill.
This baby is beautiful, and you're going to be a warrior when you're older, huh? You're going to make big dreams, and you're going to go after them.
No child is born to die, and no mother should die giving life.
We need to come together to make a difference. Everyone has a
At the Remnant Generation, we did give them the eco stove, which they use for their skilling department to be able to equip these teenage mothers with skills that they can use eventually when they leave the home. They can use them to generate income or create income that they can use to support their children once they leave the home. So we did make that because now they don't have to go to other places to bake from there, but this time the stove is at their home, so they can bake from home. It increases their productivity, and it's efficient for them because everything is within their reach. We also donated sewing machines to them. That also increases their chances. It increases their efficiency in terms of getting more product out there.
We appreciate you for the gifts you've given to us, the donations. they're really going to do a very great role in helping the girls that we are skilling in our center.
Every of a woman in your time of need, she does the deed, the magic of a woman, woman, woman. A warrior is a woman.
Hides from the birds who are sharp-eyed.
Well, when you read a book, you get to pretend you can be these characters.
Important. When you read a book, you learn so much about everything that's going on. Reading is so important, and we want to make sure that we're teaching children literacy at a very small age.
Books that we donated to the school may not have been many, however, I believe that it's enough to get the kids inspired, to make them want to read, which is ultimately the goal.
And we shall be giving them frequently to read the books, the story, and I know we are going to get changes in this school.
Who is the father and mother of the kids that I see on the streets every day? Why do we call them street kids? I don't see that making any sense anyway. They are gift from God. Contemplate it and see what they mean to you. Yeah, society is changing its ways.
We've had the opportunity to visit Katanga, which is one of the biggest ghettos here in Kampala, Uganda.
What I've realized being here in Katanga is that it's mostly dominated by children who are under the age of 10. You see children everywhere more than you see adults.
So while going through, I think it was very essential for us to go and show the different children how sweeping is necessary and how to make sure that, our little bottle caps and whatever plastic things that we have, that we're making sure that we're putting them into bins. And I think with us going around, seeing how people in Katanga live and being able to work with them as a community and seeing how they're a community themselves, and they helped us along the way to make sure that we're teaching good sanitary practices.
Through our partnership with Miss Uganda North America, we've managed to donate a few trash cans to the community so that we can teach them how the trash can be littered. It can't be littered anywhere because the hygiene is needed at the end of the day.
Coming together as a community to clean up is not something we should do once a year. It's something communities should do for themselves all the time, and that's the message we've been trying to preach here today.
During our tour, we decided to go to Merchant Falls, and while there we decided to let's stay at Nile Safari Lodge because of how beautiful it is and how we are trying to promote eco-friendly as a place where I think you can sit back and kind of take away the stress in your life. I'm a person that's a huge advocate for mental health. I think being here will take you away from all the stresses in the world, take you away from everything, and just kind of have you focus on yourself here. There's a spa that's right around here. There's a spa, there's the view of the Nile. There's so many things you can do here that will help you, I guess, relax and become what I think more of yourself. Mwezi in particular is just wonderful. I just think that staying here will just put you in such a very calming mood. I don't know if I can even, how many times I can say this over and over and over again.
My stay here has been absolutely incredible at the Nile Safari Lodge, and this is by far the best banda I have ever stayed at. It is so peaceful and serene, and that's the Nile River right behind me. While I've been here, I got to enjoy breakfast with the beautiful view of the Nile River, and in my banda I had an amazing shower. Now, this shower is unlike any other.
Yes, it has been a great pleasure to host both of the queens. Queen Uganda North America, Vanessa, and Queen Katerina from North America, Oregon. It has been a pleasure to show them what we've been working here. As you know, the lodge has recently opened, and it was good because we also had somehow the same mission, responsible tourism. So us being an eco-lodge and them focusing on responsible tourism brings our visions together, and I think we've been spending a great couple of days here at the lodge.
The Nile River on a boat from the Nile Safari Lodge, and on this boat it was so much fun because we were able to see so many different types of birds. We saw what's the right way to say hippopotamus? A lot of them. We learned about them, and we also saw a crocodile and she was sleeping.
As you're going to see all these different animals, and then when we finally got to the trail, so our experience with Merchant Falls, we got to go on the trails, and it was a 1-hour hike for 2 kilometers. So what we had there was different stones. There were like even like stones in the pathway. There's dirt pathways on the way up. You can have railings to hold on as you're going through.
I think that trailing at Merchant Falls is something that one should really not miss out on. We walked for 2 kilometers. It took about a mile, and it was a great experience.
We want you to be able to sign up so we can have you talk to our team from Safe Places, different people that help us in Miss Uganda, North America.
If a person cannot decide to get malaria, then a person cannot decide to get a mental illness.
I really enjoy it. I'm really excited to be here because there's something that connects me to you guys. I also went to boarding school, and I understand being a young woman in boarding school can be difficult. You are away from home, you kind of get stressed out, you're worried about exams, worried about your social life. There's so many things that are going on in your head at that time, and I kind of wanted to sit down and realize that at the end of the road, it's going to be okay. And I wanted to at least be here and like as a sense of support for you so that you can at least talk about those issues that I understand. In Ugandan culture, we don't really talk about our feelings, when we talk about what's going on. It's most like hush-hush. So I at least want to introduce that into us at a younger age so that you can start talking about what's going on in our lives and find ways to make sure that we are awesome young women.
Ready? I am beautiful! I am smart! And knowledge? That's my superpower!
I think this has been a very successful third edition of the 2020 World Cares Tour of Uganda, organized by Miss Uganda North America. It was successful in a sense that we have done more charities than we have ever done before.
Thank you to Different Better with a Purpose for helping put the charity leg together and showing people that giving is such a great thing. we feel good about giving. This 2020 Cares Tour has been a success, and yes, I want to tell everybody out there in Uganda that we love you and we'll come back in 2021 with even much more than what we brought in 2020.